Hello, you lot. You join me on this lovely Wednesday afternoon for the daily dose, a bit of a later episode, but we still have the same news. We're on goal.com now. Was Firmino a concern and Liverpool need £100 million Haaland signing? Aldridge urges Klopp to launch a Dortmund range. That's by Chris Burton. The former Red striker feels a lack of plan B is holding the Premier League champions back, with another goal scorer required at Anfield, of course Rhian Brewster leaving for £20 million to Sheffield United, and Diogo Jota is injured and won't be back until I believe February. Back to the article. Roberto Firmino has become a concern for Liverpool, and Jurgen Klopp should be looking to splash out £100 million or $136 million on luring Borussia Dortmund striker Erling Braut Haaland to Anfield, says John Aldridge. The reigning Premier League champions have found themselves short on firepower of late. Mohamed Salah bagged a brace in his latest outing against Manchester United in the FA Cup, which we lost 3-2 at Old Trafford, and continues to top the Premier League scoring chart. But others are struggling for a spark, including Sadio Mane and of course Diogo Jota, although he is injured. Takumi Minamino hasn't been given a run in the squad, and it looks like we have no other inspiration from Xherdan Shaqiri, who has performed well but just hasn't found the back of the net, nor is he clinical. Moving on to Chelsea now, as we have confirmation that Thomas Tuchel has finally joined the West London club. I say South London, but no, they are from the glittering West End, as Thomas Tuchel has been appointed as the new Chelsea head coach. He moves to Stamford Bridge following a 2.5-year spell at the French champions Paris Saint-Germain, which came to an end last month. He'll be the first German to manage Chelsea, and arrives having guided PSG to 4 major honours and the Champions League final during his time in the French capital. Prior to that, he spent 7 seasons coaching Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga as well as Mainz, and he led them to the Europa League in a successful period with Borussia Dortmund, of course, where he won the German Super Cup. At Chelsea, he will be reunited with Christian Pulisic and Thiago Silva from Borussia Dortmund and PSG, respectively. Brilliant scenes. We move on to players drifted out of the limelight, with Ashley Williams, who has announced his retirement from Wales, the former Wales and Swansea captain. Of course, he was also at Everton for a brief stint. Ashley Williams announces his retirement from professional football, having made 741 career appearances, including 81 international caps. Captained Wales to the semi-final of Euro 2016, where they unfortunately lost to Portugal. That Wales team, including the likes of Gareth Bale, Hal Robson-Kanu and Joe Allen, who performed well in Euro 2016, and he won the League Cup with Swansea in 2013 after beating Bradford in the final at Wembley. All the best in his daily endeavours. He was a good centre-back, a solid centre-back, again, all the best. Moving to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now, as he's grateful for backing from the Man United board, of course Ed Woodward and co., giving him the likes of Edison Cavani and Bruno Fernandes. Reuters. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said on Tuesday he is grateful for the club's hierarchy backing him to get the job done despite a poor run of form. The day after Chelsea sacked Frank Lampard when they went through a slump, Chelsea dismissed Lampard following 18 months in charge after a disappointing run of results despite spending over 200 million euros in the close season. For the club, For the club that sits 9th in the standings. United are top of the league standings, but were knocked out of the Champions League by RB Leipzig last month, and Solskjaer explained their long-term plan accounted for some poor spells. And I quote, We know we have had some tough periods. We've been through 2 or 3 spells of bad form, but they stood strong, Solskjaer told reports ahead of Wednesday's home game against Sheffield United. Again, another quote, We looked at the squad and the situation we are in. We had a long-term plan in place. We knew they were We knew there were going to be some patchy periods, and we had to stay strong mentally. The leadership they've shown has been strong and steady, and I'm grateful for that. Of course, he is grateful for that, as the Norwegian has inherited a good squad of, including the likes of Anthony Martial, and I believe Mason Greenwood is already at the club, which he brought through Greenwood, which is, it's good on him. I can't really speak too much about Man U, given that I'm not a Man U fan and I don't really have an interest in the club, but he has invested a lot in the likes of Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes, I mentioned earlier, and the new signing, whose name's just eluded me, I think Ahmed Diallo is his name, please forgive me if I'm wrong. But it's nice to see that Man U have gone back to their perch where they belonged, and where they were under the likes of Alex Ferguson. Moving on to some transfer news, as Joshua Zirkzee has an update with Palmer making an official bid to Bayern Munich to loan, with an option to buy around 15 million euros. Everton still on the race and Palmer pushing. Palmer also are confident to sign Romanian talent Dennis Mann from FCSB on a permanent deal. The agreement of Luka Modric's contract renewal is imminent, with the latest details being sorted out and Real Madrid soon to sign. Modric is staying at the Bernabeu, and of course the biggest news of the day, Martin Odegaard has officially signed for Arsenal until the rest of the season on loan. Thank you for joining me on the Daily Dose. Have a great night. Bye-bye.